Yo, what's good, kings and queens? This your boy Don, and I'm back for another reaction video today. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you know every time I post, you heard. If you're not new to the channel, thank y'all again for popping out. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for trying to learn like me. Hold on, let me move the camera so y'all can see my baby. Look at her, y'all. Y'all see her? Say hi, mama. Alright, she don't want to talk right now, but she gonna be over here, you heard. Other than that, yo, thank y'all again for popping out. Please put y'all social medias in the comments so I could pin somebody, you heard. Today, y'all, we're gonna be reacting to top 10 most dangerous water slides. Me personally, with my experience, I've been to Six Flags, obviously, Whitewater. It's probably the only place I've been with water slides. I've probably been other places, but I don't remember the names. Oh, I went to the beach. That's in Clayco. I think it's in Clayco. I think it's called the beach. They got like water slides and stuff. But if you ever been on a water slide, let me know. I be super scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like claustrophobic a little bit. So going through those, like, it's fun. It's very thrilling to me. So I like doing them, but I be like nervous in the moment. I'm not gonna lie. Six Flags got some crazy ones. And the other place I was at, it's really hard for me to remember. So they must not have been that crazy. If y'all have been to some, or y'all could recommend me some that's crazy and scary or very thrilling, please put it down in the comments. I'm gonna check it out. You heard? Y'all could go check out my other channel where y'all go see me doing that event as well. You heard? Other than that, let's get right into the video. Let's see where these scary ones are. Let me know if y'all been to any of these places too. You heard? I'm gonna see if I've been too, because I have no idea. Most likely not.
Some park operators lie about the safety of their slides, but first let's start with this.
They
Number
lie.
10, YAS Waterslide. Yas Island in Abu Dhabi is home to about 45 rides, slides, and attractions. It's set across 15 hectares of land and was developed by Alpine Properties. This waterslide features the biggest artificial waves in the world for amateurs and pro surfers to practice the water sport without checking wind conditions.
Water sport.
All the experiences in this water park are fun, but with a stint of danger. Before the ride starts, the staff tell every guest that they must not move but wait for assistance if the slide stops. This warning was a sign that anything could happen. There are also countless cases of this ride stopping halfway before the main drop. At that point, staff would rush to the raft and wrestle with it for some seconds, and when you consider how much you have to spend risking your life, you prefer to remain at home. Number 9. The Black Hole.
That's the thrill of it, though.
In Orlando is no more, but it was home to one of the most notorious water slides in the world.
Yo.
Many of the park's troubles began with the Black Hole, which is described as a twisting ride where guests shoot down a dark tube on a two-person float.
Yeah, that'd be lit. I'm not gonna lie.
One man in 1994
I'll be
so
shook.
much that he actually sued the park successfully for $1.73 million in 2000. He narrated how he was struck by something in the dark, and by the time he arrived at the bottom of the slide, he couldn't move his legs. Doctors had to insert a titanium plate into his neck before he could move his legs again.
No.
The park did claim to be ignorant of his claims, but you can guess that no one would take them seriously. During the trial, some other victims of the ride testified against the park. They also said how they constantly got stuck in it while the attendants would send a new raft into the ride before the first one was confirmed to have exited. While this man's case was probably the worst injury suffered on the slide, others did happen as well, mostly in the dark. Number 8.
I can see that happening. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Like, you know how they got well, we ain't intermission, so make sure y'all go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit all. It's free, y'all. I appreciate y'all for doing that. Also, put y'all social medias in the chat, you heard. If you're not here live, definitely put them down in the comments, you know what I'm saying? And y'all, you know, communicate. Y'all follow each other. Y'all subscribe to each other, you heard. We all trying to, you know, build and grow, you heard. But yeah, my first experience in like slides is like the McDonald's ones. You know how you go to those parks and you go to those big slides at the McDonald's and all that? Boy, no, it wasn't at McDonald's. It was actually at the New York City racetrack, Belmont racetrack, right? And it was scary because it was mad kids at the park. And at the bottom of the thing, they was just basically piling up. So it was just a whole thing stuck. So we was all just packed in there, just stuck, waiting for them to get out. It was like, I was like, yo, why am I doing this? So after that point, Me and slides, dark slides, never got along. But like I said, like I'm gonna do it. You know, just for the thrill and at that moment. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna get stuck. Nothing's gonna happen to me. So, you know, just have faith. You heard? Have fun, have faith. So in that moment, I'm not thinking about it no more. Other than that, let me know if y'all been in them slides, because I know a lot of people love those baby slides, but y'all didn't have that moment that I had. So maybe if you did, let's get back into it though. You heard?
Loop is one of the world's most infamous water slides, and for all
that y'all go straight down.
It's so notorious that riders had to be hosed down to improve their chances of making it to the end. Even Action Park's most daring adventures didn't want anything to do with it.
You have to like...
Because of the inherent danger, the slide didn't last for more than a season.
Damn.
This loop looked like an interdimensional hamster habitat, and it was long and black with a loop at the end, such that you start wondering if the designer had a pact with the devil. It opened in 1985, but it barely lasted a month before the authorities shut it down.
Dang.
Action Park rides were dangerous, but this one beat them to their game. Even though the park authorities had tested the slide
you gotta be little
to ascertain its safety, they went on to launch it either way, even with the dummies missing parts. Number 7.
Wildin'.
Cedar Point Water Park. When the Cedar Point Water Park was built, it
proved
itself as the best amusement park in the world. Many tourists would agree with them, but soon began to doubt after the 2013 incident. July 2013, guests were on board the river rafting simulation ride when, of course, something horrible happened. One particular boat filled with gas rolled backward about 187 feet down the lift track and hit the edge of a concrete flume. It hit another boat and flipped over. Riders were tightly held by belts but were turned upside down into the water. Really, it's only by the grace of God that they're still alive. According to the authorities, the accident happened after 2 of the ride's safety features failed. One of them was designed to keep the boat from sliding backward, and the other was supposed to ensure that the boat was on track.
Show us the ride.
The ride continued to operate until 2016, when Cedar Point fans were fed up and willing to go. They
That's
finally
Six
admitted
Flags,
the park
boy.
was a wasted investment that
White
shouldn't have
water.
been allowed to exist in the first instance. Number
Yo,
6.
That's crazy.
Hawaiian Falls Water Park. One of the essential safety procedures of any slide is telling the ride operator when to send the next rider down. This is because you can't send the next one down if the last person hasn't come out of the bottom.
Right.
This particular confusion occurred at the Hawaiian Falls Water Park in the summer of 2015. Lauro Castrojan, a tourist riding on the slide, suddenly realized he was stuck in the middle of the slide. Didn't scare him initially until he noticed that someone else was coming down the slide behind him with a very, very fast pace of speed.
Right.
When the next rider did run into him, he lost consciousness and woke up at the bottom of the slide.
Dang.
He was rushed to the hospital via ambulance, where they deduced that he had injuries in his shoulder, leg, head, and back.
Dang.
Number 5. Slip and slide. Chances are you actually have this in your backyard right now, though there actually is an inherent danger to this one. Children love the idea of this slide and don't mind that their lives are put at risk because no one really understands it.
Okay.
It might look innocent, but this could cause permanent spinal cord damage. The slider's forward momentum drives the body to the neck and compresses the spinal cord. In 1933, this machine was poorly designed, resulting in many injuries. Years later, things haven't changed much as the ride isn't any different.
Right.
If you're like me and you're over 125 pounds, as well as most of America at this point, try not to ride this too much.
That's all I was about to say.
You're definitely more at risk if you're more than 125 pounds. Number 4. Alpine Slide. Some ideas are perfect on paper, but they're disasters waiting to happen
That
in
looks
reality.
scary, boy.
Regardless of how you try to justify the Alpine Slide, you would find a lot of loopholes. It was a 27.
I've been on those too, y'all.
Concrete and fiberglass track down a mountainside. It was actually so steep that you needed a ski lift to get to the top. The tourists would hop on a little cart, then go barreling down the mountainside with only a joystick-style control that's supposed to combat natural forces like gravity and friction.
Right,
As
basically.
you most likely guessed, gravity and friction would always win. Action Park recorded its first death on this slide in 1980 when an employee's cart jumped the track. Between 1984 and 1985, there were about 26 head injuries and 14 broken bones.
Dang.
Arguably, the deadliest and most painful injury involved the skin tearing off of one's body. To make matters worse, the graphic pictures from accidents were kept at the base of the ride to warn intending patrons about what they were in for.
Basically.
Number 3. Guards and Speedboat Waterslide. Remember the good old days when you could gladly endanger your life and feel cool about it? Well, here's a gentle reminder of how fun and dangerous it is to ride in a water slide like a go-kart course. It's a perfect alternative to riding a bicycle, which is commonplace today. Action Park Super Go-Karts was one of the most exciting
Yo.
rides because it was the easiest to hack. They were built to run at speeds of 20 miles per hour, which is rational and exciting and safe. Sadly, the park did change the course of the ride after they noticed that jamming a tennis ball in the engine made it run at speeds of 50 miles an hour.
What?
This forced them to engage in a game of high-speed catch-up. You can imagine what the effects of this speed would be, though. This crazy ride also had an interesting twist called Super Speedboat. The speedboat could clip along at 40 miles per hour, and to make things even more complicated, these machines were not set up in a clean and chlorinated pool, but a swamp.
Right.
Lifeguards were stationed on an island in the middle of the swamp where there were several water snakes. There was an incident where one game of bumper speedboat flipped and trapped drivers underwater. Number 2. Grave pool.
I feel like all of these things are prone though,
man.
man.
Until years later. Even though this pool was one of the best things that happened to Action Park, it had inherent problems. The pool was 8 feet at its steepest point, 250 feet long and 100 feet wide. 4 massive fans generated waves more than 3 feet high.
No, pushed them.
On for over 20 minutes with only 10-minute breaks, and about 1,000 tourists were allowed to go into the water at a time. Most of the people who swam there didn't know the workings of the pool.
Dang, that's too many.
They swim. It gets tricky as hundreds of people swim in the pool. It's easier to stay afloat in salt water because of the salt content, but unfortunately the Action Park's pool was fresh water. It pulled and drowned people so frequently that drowning became the order of the day. There were 12 lifeguards on duty, and each of them saved at least 30 lives each day. Regardless of their efforts, people still died in the pool. Number 1.
That is prone to happen, right? If you can't swim.
Waterslide. It's one thing to build a dangerous slide, and another to admit that they're dangerous. Some park authorities lie about the safety of these slides to lure people to them.
That sounds scary, but I'm down.
Slide than expected. The Ottawa Sun compares it to a toilet bowl, and this ride is the most notorious at the Calypso Water Park, even though it hasn't been linked to any serious injuries, though. Steam riders would sit in tubes and circles in a giant funnel before getting to the exit slide. Sounds like a simple and fun idea, but your inner tube did have the chance of flipping over before you got to the exit.
That's true.
While the park claimed that no accidents happen on the slide, there are suspicions.
We've been on Matados.
Unfortunately, their shady secrets were exposed.
Yo, if y'all ever been to any of these water parks you heard, please let me know down in the comments. Let me know if it was actually like fun or whatever the case was, because I'm sure it is. I feel like a lot of these incidents, like when you involve yourself in a water park or anything like this, dangerous, like you got to know that this could potentially happen. So, you know, everything comes with risks. If y'all want me to react to something else like this or one of these videos that's on the screen even, I definitely will. Please let me know down in the comments, you heard. I appreciate y'all again for popping out. Please follow all of my social media. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell just to show me some love, man. Come on. Love is free, right? If y'all didn't see my last video, please go check it out. About to go post another one right now. I'm going to see y'all there, you heard. Peace. Love. Dog.